Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here for a special video on Marvel Strike Force and a little bit of an update on me and what's going to be happening over the next little while. So, I am taking a break from Marvel Strike Force. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise to some and maybe not for those who have actually been keeping up, especially with those who are active in my Discord. So I am going away for a little while. I'm going away for about 3.5 weeks. And so that means I'm going to have limited access and limited time to the game. I will not be as active on YouTube and other places as I normally am. Normally I'm very easy to reach, and that if you really, really want, that you can come and find me and you can DM me and I reply back and all this stuff almost anytime that I'm not sleeping, essentially. But yeah, so I am going away on holiday to Europe for 3 weeks, and I won't be as readily available. And to be honest, I think this is well deserved for me, in my opinion, because there's just been so much stuff going on in this game, and I want to talk about that a little bit more. That over the last couple of weeks, I think, with the exception of noobs and new player account experience and the boosted experience and all that, that's been good and great, and the anniversary event for that was great. But I think that the game, as far as the state of the game goes, is in a really weird spot, especially when it comes to events. Right, so I'm just going to talk about this really quickly here in this video because, I did it already before, but the Golden Hour, Rise of the Planet, and the Web Milestone and that stuff is just collective garbage, in my opinion. This event is just downright dirty, and I don't know what's been going on as far as events, and our expectations of that have been very low. Or sorry, what we've got out of it is very low. Whether it was the Iron Patriot release event or some of the bungles related to the Zombie Juggernaut. If you guys didn't know, largely if it wasn't to do with me and Big Positive Geek, we wouldn't have had that event fixed in time for you, the player base, and you would have had a much more shit experience in that event. So there's just like that part of the game related to events have just been a huge miss, for lack of better words. I don't want to be too crass, but it's been a very awkward time right now, for lack of better words. And I hope that this gives me time to kind of also just kind of reflect on how things have been, and be able to take some time off for me and just kind of like step back a little bit, and just kind of see it through the eyes of like a regular player. So what does that mean for the channel? It means that I wouldn't expect too many videos coming out for the next little while. Some of the things that I probably would expect still is that I'll still endeavor to do my weekly event video. So that should be, I could do that in advance, right? So it's not on the day. I can, once I see the blog post and I see the event tables, for better or for worse, and let me bring this up, the whole subject to change, right? You never know, just like it was for Golden Hour. But I'm going to do my best for you guys to still bring you that information so that you can have that on a weekly basis, assuming that we're still doing weekly event videos. Other things I would like to still cover, but we'll see. Envoys do get an opportunity to see the blogs in advance. As of recording, usually it's like a day or two at max. As of recording this video, I have not seen the Friday blog, what's happening in advance. So you're going to see the blog later on today. Very unlikely I'll report on it because I think I'll still be traveling in the air. So I might not actually be available for that, but we'll see what ends up happening there if we get some information. For those who don't know, I am flying to Germany, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden for 3 weeks and a bit. I am going to, for those of you Europeans out there, I am actually attending the Eurovision Song Contest 2024 in Malmö, but I'm staying in Copenhagen. So if there's anyone in those areas who wants to say hello, I will have some free time. It's just that if there happens to be any Danes or Swedes or anyone traveling, any Europeans or otherwise traveling for that event, feel free to get in touch with me or DM me on Discord and let me know, because I will be available for that. If you want to maybe hang out and catch up and say hi and have a drink or something, we could do that. And other than that, I think that going forward, I really hope that Scopely listens a little bit more. I hope that in my absence, the game doesn't burn to the ground. I hope that the events don't burn to the ground, because there's going to be less feedback related to that, because I would say that I am probably one of a handful of people who really push really hard for the player base to kind of get improvements on the event side of things. So that's definitely gonna, I won't have as much time to look at that because I'll be too busy having fun. So unfortunately, there may be some problems there, but I hope that while I'm away, that things actually do improve. I hope that when I get back, that we can get back to more positive videos. I feel like in the last week and a half, especially, my tone has been more negative, and I want to apologize to you, the audience, because it's just the feeling that I've had with the game, especially around events, but also their fuck ups, and the having to get compensation is great, but you know what I would really love? I would really love if the game was just an amazing, the best possible experience that we could have, and wouldn't have to compensate for a variety of problems. Namely, actually, so as of recording, this hasn't been resolved quite yet, but maybe by the time that the video goes out, it has. And I wanted to talk about the Planetary Orb Fiasco. So I don't really know what the compensation is going to be on this or not, and like I said, perhaps by the time this has gone out, compensation has already been addressed on this. I feel if you watch one of my other videos that potentially a lot of people could have benefited from this, but it becomes a bit of a what I call a trust me bro situation, that we're never really given the information needed surrounding these sort of incidents, sort of the fuck ups. All we kind of know is that we're broadly told, okay, people took advantage of it or not. Like, there's no empirical data to back up what their claims are. How many people took advantage of this? How many people benefit from this? We don't know. How many people got a huge amount of extra shards? We don't know that either. There's just so much we don't know that we're never given information about. And normally they just give out compensation to placate us and make us feel better, and we move on, right? And that's the cyclical nature, I guess, of Marvel Strike Force, is that it's a giant roller coaster. Shit happens, and then we get comped for that, and then we move on to the next time there's a problem, and so on and so forth. But I really do hope that there isn't too much to talk about. But one thing that I do want to talk about is that upcoming soon. Now, I don't know the details on this, but Merks for Money should be coming very soon, because Penny Parker's offer is today by the time this video goes out, so Friday. And then after that, there's no more characters. It's just Pandapool, presumably, who would be the next character, and then the rest of the details of Merks for Money, which we still don't know at this point in time, right? Who's going to be on that team? Is it obviously Pandapool, and I think Deadpool is going to be on that team, and that's it. Presumably a rework to Deadpool. Are we going to be getting Deathpool on the team? I thought I had her favorited, but anyways, are we getting Deathpool reworked to fit in there with that? And the reason why I thought about that, I guess it's on Deadpool. It's on Deadpool's passive, right? That's where I got the mistake. Is that he mentions characters like Deathpool. If Deathpool or Domino is an ally, 100% chance to revive at 80% health. And so that is what led me to believe, or why I think that maybe Deathpool will actually be reworked for this team, because I think that's a very strong mechanic that they might want to keep for Merks for Money. But we don't really know beyond that. We don't know what the legendary character may or may not be. We don't know what the other character beyond Pandapool is going to be. But I really hope that they basically have to tell us in this blog post later on today. So we'll see if any of my predictions come true or not. Other than that, I can't see them pushing it off too much longer, because basically characters come out every 7 to 10 days. Penny Parker is today. That means basically by next Friday or the following Monday has to be Pandapool's offer, and we know zero. We don't know their kits. We don't know what they do. We don't know what kind of team they are and for what game mode, and there's so much missing. But I hope that we learn a lot more about that in the days ahead. Maybe there'll be some things for me to read up while I'm on holidays on my phone and things like that. So I just do want to let people know that I will have my phone available. I will have data, and I will be able to play. But as far as my recording, if you guys remember, I went on holiday in October, and the way that my videos went was just no face. I don't know where I can deactivate. It's like this. Basically, no box, no, and just me talking, right? This is what you're gonna have to get used to for the next 3 weeks for the videos that I do put out. It largely will be, I think, event-based videos. It will be maybe news-related stuff like that, but I don't expect me to do a lot of unique sort of Crucible or any other sort of guide videos. I don't really have the energy space for that right now, and I just really kind of just want to take some time off. And you might be wondering, well, why are you doing videos at all? And that's because it's YouTube. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how YouTube works, the YouTube algorithm. And just if I don't keep up with something, then you guys are all going to forget about me, because that's the nature of YouTube. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys this heads up and this update. Hope the rest of the week and the weekend goes great for you all. Maybe you'll see me on the blog video. Maybe you're not. If you do see me on a blog video, it's not going to be with my face in it, because I'll already be away in Germany at this time. So otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day, your week, and your weekend and all of that. And I'll see you guys on the next one. So Boilon signing out for now.